Among the hallmarks of our profession is that we are challenged every day. Volume of work, clients' demands and expectations, long hours, and intellectually arduous tasks. The pandemic we've been enduring for the past 18 months presents added difficulties, but also provides opportunity. The virtual 2020 annual meeting held last fall turned out to be the best attended annual meeting we've ever held. Without the networking events, social gatherings, and ordinary personal interaction, it was clearly a departure from what we're used to. However, the virtual platform allowed us to reach many times more members than in any previous year. This fall, facing a variation on the same theme, we were fortunate to have some additional lead time to put together what we most sincerely hope and expect will be our best annual meeting ever. Not only does the virtual platform allow more members to consume the content, but it also allowed us to recruit and secure national experts in their fields to provide poignant, in-depth, and hopefully entertaining presentations. We are thrilled to offer not only plenary sessions, as we did last year, but also return to our track programming, providing substantive CLE specific to probate, trust, and elder law, business law, family law, and litigation. Of course, we hope you will also enjoy our awards presentations, an address from the Honorable Paul Wilson, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Missouri, and the welcoming of your new president, John Grimm. On behalf of the Missouri Bar, thank you for all you do for your clients and for the citizens of our fine state. What an immense privilege it is to recognize individual contributions to a magnificently productive year for the Missouri Bar. Though it is cliche to mention the difficulty in choosing only a few of those leaders for acknowledgement, like most, it is cliche because it is inescapably true. The virtual work of the Missouri Bar this year has been nothing short of stunning. The quality of contributors and the level of participation brings into focus the limitations travel and in-person meetings impose on such a geographically vast membership. Though we're all quite ready to again greet each other with a hug or a handshake, and will at the earliest safe opportunity, the efficiencies gained by meeting virtually should not be disregarded. Our Lawyers Living Well Special Committee provides a superb example of this ancillary benefit, which was expertly harnessed by the committed, considerate, and tireless efforts of its leadership. For years, Committee Co-Vice Chair Whitney Dunn has committed herself to improving the lives of lawyers and others involved in the administration of justice as a risk manager for the Bar Plan Mutual Insurance Company. Whitney's national work in this regard provided a seamless move to providing poignant input and resources to the special committee, creating an efficient and informed approach to addressing the stunning breadth of issues affecting the wellness of our members. Erica Meinerich also serves as a co-vice chair of the committee. Erica practices in Southwest Missouri, providing defense services to accused criminals, providing her acute experience with the emotional difficulties associated with such work. Focused, resolute, and without regard for the amount of time and energy necessary, Erica provides both catalyst and propulsion for our efforts. Her infectious commitment could not possibly be recreated and is imperative to the committee's continued push toward the betterment of our members' lives. Committee Chair Athena Dixon agreed to lead the committee early enough that she played an indelible role in developing the committee's charge and makeup. This, in addition to her continuing role as a member of our Board of Governors, where she co-chairs the Appointments Committee. In all capacities, Athena leads with a steady hand, from gently following up to ensure next steps are taken and deadlines met, to advising leaders of the committee's working groups on how to best accomplish their specific goals. The Lawyers Living Well Special Committee includes several working and subgroups, resulting in at least a meeting or two every week. Athena, Erica, and Whitney all attended nearly every single meeting, irrespective of its perceived or expected impact, because they are part of the undeniably important work this committee is dedicated to address. It is an absolute privilege to give the first set of awards to Athena Dixon, Erica Meinerich, and Whitney Dunn. I have more gratitude for your work than I could possibly convey. In the early months of 2020, a group of members of the Missouri Bar Board of Governors set to the task of hiring an executive director to manage the operations of the bar and its volunteer leadership. The hiring committee was thrilled to offer the job to Misha Buford Epps, who agreed to accept and start on April 1st, 2020. As uncertainty, fear, and face masks began to envelop all of humanity in mid-March last year, Misha demonstrated a stunning appreciation for the shift and what the job would ultimately be demanding of her. She started to work weeks before her official start date, communicating with bar staff and leadership about the implementation of safety protocols at the bar center, consideration of the future of in-person functions and events, and the continued governance of the organization during a global health crisis. This week, Misha completes her first full bar year as executive director, running an organization, most of whose employees and leaders she has met with almost exclusively by way of virtual platform. While Misha led the bar in adjusting to ensure continuity of its full breadth of typical operations, 4 special committees were formed to address weighty issues, including the continued inequities experienced by lawyers of color, the general lack of wellness among lawyers, and the pandemic's impact on the administration of justice. In a normal year, the work of these committees alone would have been enough to justify some burnout or withdrawal. But Misha also continued to manage the day-to-day operations of our 30,000-member organization without any observable difficulty. Misha has been nearly invisibly providing exactly the type of guidance and support that any person in leadership would hope but dare not expect of an executive director. Misha, I could not have done this without you. The practice of law and the art of being a lawyer could easily be thought of as somewhat mathematic. Facts set before us, a problem to solve, an answer to derive and defend. Much of my career I've used this analogy. It felt apropos. Now though, following a year where the facts seem to constantly sway, I've come to think of what we do as more akin to music. Of course, there's a good deal of math in music too, but math itself is sort of dry. What we do can be dry, but it doesn't need to be. There's beauty and fulfillment beyond finding the right precedent, resolving a tough HR issue, or closing a big transaction. We get to do all of those things with each other. There's an element of shared humanity in music, especially live music. This is the same humanity we can share in our interactions, irrespective of whether the caption says we're opposing each other. Coming up in the Lawyers Association of St. Louis, I can hardly recall hearing a lawyer said they had a case against someone, but rather with them. We're in this together, folks, all of it. We compose strategy together. We duet in hearings and dance before a jury. We spend hours drawing on creativity to weave a story or tighten a verse, looking to colleagues for input and criticism. The past year has been packed with so many pieces, from complex orchestral committees with dozens of contributors to one-on-one listening sessions with the purpose of addressing a specific concern. The work of our special committees on lawyers living well and lawyers of color have done substantial work to create and advance new melodies with their respective subject matter, making advances with a harmony that can only occur when acting together. We all need to take pride in that work, not just because of the result, but because the music being made by those committee members reflects us all and presents a paradigm to which we might all aspire. I'm proud of the work done by the Missouri Bar this year, not just because it was done under unique circumstances, though the availability of effective virtual platforms certainly helped, but because we did good work, and we did it together, without any need for credit or attribution. As a profession, we have a laudable ability to set aside ego when there's a problem impacting groups of people that need solving. Thank you all for continuing to exhibit this ability and exceeding the tenets of professionalism when called upon. It is an honor to congratulate and welcome President John Grimm to the position. His dedication to lawyers and the administration of justice is unsurpassed. The Missouri Bar is in fine hands. Most profound thanks to all in my orbit for their understanding, advice, practical assistance, and emotional support these past 12 months. My office colleagues, Stephanie, Brett, Katie, and Diana, have said yes to just about everything that I've asked. Something I know not to get used to, but it helps significantly in keeping all the plates spinning. To my family at home, thank you for almost always respecting my figurative absence as I peer into a computer or phone screen for Zoom meetings, and for corralling and hushing the dog during exciting Amazon deliveries. Especially to my children, Nora and Liam, who have been on this ride longer than anyone. I adore you both, without limit or condition. My ardent gratitude goes also to my parents, Michael and Carolyn, who both understand granularly what is expected of the president of the Missouri Bar. Having served in the position in 2000, my dad, law partner, knows how important support at the office is to ensure we are doing the best job we can for our clients. Over the past year, he showed up every day to run the office and mentor our two young associates. Thank you, Dad and Mom. I love you both. No true success can be enjoyed without the support, guidance, comfort, and listening ear of the individual to whom one is closest. Jen, you celebrate my accomplishments and provide comfort at times of difficulty. But no matter what, you're a keen guide and the central pillar to my life. Thank you for your heart. It has been a more magnificent privilege and joy than I expected to serve as your president this past year. I am excited to see the terrific service President-elect Grimm and the Missouri Bar will continue to provide its members and the public. Thank you, and please be gentle with yourselves and each other.